So here we are at 4:31 in the morning. We're down at Stuart Kim's at Waiuku. So we've come down to have a bit of a chat about what's going on down the farm. Hello, Kim.
Richie.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Hey, Stu.
Hey, Richie, you good, mate?
How's things?
Come on.
Good.
Feel like a cup of tea?
Yeah, a cup of tea.
Have a seat.
Thank you. 4:30 start. What time do you? How long does it take to get through the milking?
Wow.
About an hour and a half, eh?
Yeah.
That's not too bad. So what size shed you got?
54 rotary, but it's one person.
So how long you guys been?
Here.
Yeah.
Our kids are sixth generation.
Oh, right. Cheapers. Yeah, quite a
wee
while.
while.
I'm a ring and I grew up in Gisborne. So.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, nice.
So you're from farming stock?
Yeah, not dairy farm. I grew up on a mixed cropping farm, but there's some sheep and deer and stuff, so...
Driving tractors and...
Yeah, so we sold our family farm 2002, so... Like, I know coming from a farm, you know, farmers have pride in their land and how they, you know, when people turn up, you know, I presume you guys are the same, you know, you want people to say, oh, this is pretty cool.
So what we want to do is enhance what we and our grandparents and our great-grandparents have done on this land, you know. So what we've done, we've done a lot of whitebait habitat restoration, probably planted about 40,000 trees.
And when I say the name Fonterra, what sort of thoughts come into your mind?
I am quite proud about what we do. You know, our reach across the world is significant. The innovation that we're doing, you know, you take nutraceuticals, your inhalable lactose, all of those sorts of products. You know, the high-end products. Inhalable lactose.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Well, they basically took lactose and refined it to the point so that you can inhale it, so that you can put medicines in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How come you're doing this, Richie? Because, you know, you're sort of putting yourself out there for us.
I'm just like you. I sort of know the good things are going there, and I want to tell the story.
Yeah, and when you were overseas, do you think, you know, people see Fonterra as a brand? Do they recognise it, or you know, or Anchor and the
Well, I went to
sub-brands?
Sri Lanka, and Anchor is one of the biggest brands there, you know. Sometimes you might ask some people here in New Zealand and it might not be the same reaction.
That perception, you know, we're really good overseas and not so good at home, is because the public have a high expectation of us, and we need to actually live up that individually and collectively. That's a great thing.
Because that's going to keep driving us.
Yeah,
like
it
that's, you know, I know from what I used to do, you know, you'd get sick of that expectation, but that's what drove you. My experience is when you're standing still, you're actually going backwards, you know. Change gives you drive and excitement about, you know, making things better, but you can't afford to be standing still. I suppose it's the same for you guys, is it?
Even when you get hard times like this, you see that it's an opportunity to get better at what you do. You know, it's a bit like you're always looking, what can I do? And you get something right and you think, oh yeah, that's good, but perhaps I could do it some other way. And again, because we're cooperative, you can get on the phone, hey, you know, what do you think about this? And everyone will put their input in.
Probably a bit of a tough question, but people talk about it as, you know, is it profitable? Are you making money at the moment?
Not at the moment.
No, you know, I think everyone, there's 10,500 Fonterra suppliers and all of us are pretty much losing. But farming is cyclical, and I think when you get a good payout like we did 2 or 3 years ago, everyone thinks, oh, we're rolling in it, this, that, and the other thing, or we're all getting capital gain. Well, this is, what, 6 generations in this family.
So, yeah, we will never cash it in.
You know, we'll never cash it in. We'll never get the capital gain out of it.
So the use of technology, you know, like obviously using fertilisers, and, you know, there's always that talk about, you know, whether that's the right thing. What sort of technology's helping all that sort of stuff now? Everything's
GPS mapped for a start. All your soil types are. You get experts to come in and do the soil test.
Just even how, you know, when the tanker comes and picks up your milk from the vat, you know, straight away it's being read by a computer as it enters the vat. And
Back onto your phone.
You know, you get a little beep beep.
Like you look at what happens overseas and you go, well, I like that, but I don't like that part of it. And being a Kiwi, you turn it into a Kiwi way of doing it. You know, and I think that's the key. I think that's what we're really good at, is seeing an opportunity and jumping on it and really running with it. Yeah, a lot of change has come about probably as technology comes, but what's stayed the same? What hasn't changed?
The love of the land.
Yeah, and the animals, that kind of thing. That's constant. You can't, that's why you're in the industry, you know, because you love the land and you love the animals. So that doesn't change. The way you go about it changes, but the fundamentals, you know, of good animal husbandry and good stewardship of the land, that's a constant. When you talk about water in New Zealand, yeah, it's a precious resource, but it's something that we talk about being a, you know,
a clean, green environment, and the perception sometimes out there is that it may not be.
Fonterra's made such a huge effort and been an industry leader in trying to improve that. And most farmers, I mean, over 90% of them, 98% probably, do it because it's the right thing to do, not because they have to do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, at the end of the day, it's our kids swimming in those streams. You know, we're there every day of the year. Yeah. So it's important to us, and we see it and we're living it, and we want to improve it, and we're constantly trying to strive to make things better. There's a saying, kaore ka kōrero te kumara tōna reka. The kumara doesn't boast of his own sweetness. Yeah. And we're a bit like that. We don't tell the world those, you know, the country, those sorts of things and the things that we've done around the world.
Which is a Kiwi way, and I think that's what's great about being a humble Kiwi.
Yeah, understated.
But you also want people to understand the good things you do too.
I'd like all of the city people to be proud of Fonterra and the farmers. You know, the work that we do that filters throughout the whole of society benefits them economically. We're improving the environment all of the time. What we produce is pure off the land. It's good nutritional food.
Yeah, Stu and Kim, they're the good guys, and there's no doubt they're having some tough times at the moment, but tough times don't last, tough people do.
Join the farmers of Fonterra at 4:31 a.m.